Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are dabbling in refined storage. Yes, that's right. Finally, we have some digital storage, and we're also going to go adventuring. So I hope you guys are ready. So I think today is the day we get into refined storage. Digital storage is going to be so nice, and I think we now have all of the stuff to be able to do it. At the moment, I am farming up silicon. All kinds of good stuff, silicon. And next I will be farming up the mixed metal here, the quartz enriched iron. That is going to be made the same way, an induction smelter, 3 to 1. Honestly, now that I see it's 3 to 1, I should probably have the 3 to 1 that builds up in here instead of this. So now that we have all this, how much is this output, by the way? What is it? It's 4. Okay, so at least it gives you 4 as an output, which is nice. So you are going to get the 3 stacks of equivalent of this material here. So what else do we need? Well, we pretty much have everything, like literally everything we need. We just made slime and we figured out how to do that. So now we have slime balls, and we're getting ever closer to having the amount of C-Bucks to be able to unlock the above ground. So I can almost buy this. By the way, I talked to people in the Discord, and I didn't know there was a thing here that says view dependencies. And it does. You can see the dependency to be able to unlock this is to enter the Twilight. So all we have to do is go into the Twilight. Now, I do know you can't do anything in the Twilight. As I was reading, you have to have these vitamins. And of course, instead of buying them, you can use them elsewhere. That's why it's honestly really important to save up your C-Bucks and maybe not invest them in just about everything. You can just get this scale, and if building upwards is more important to you, like it is to me, then definitely go about doing that, and that's probably a good route. Save your C-Bucks, because I still have to save up quite a bit to be able to unlock that one. So with all this said and done, I think it's time to move on into working towards refined storage. Luckily for this, we're not going to need a whole lot of material. I'm going to go ahead and make pretty much as many of these binders as I can. We're going to store those later on. Man, I just made a huge mistake making that many. I think we only need like 4 stacks, and probably not even that. I used to have the exact number that we would need in order to get all of the machines built up. I mean, I guess I could recalculate everything. Let me go ahead and do that math. Okay, so we're going to need 3 diamonds, 2 iron, and 2 gold in order to make the base set, which is going to require, or going to be consisted of, a crafting grid, a controller, and a disk drive, all of which I have stored over here for quick reference. The majority of these things are going to require the diamond processor. These processors, by the way, are really easy to make. So let's run over here, grab our silicon. That's all we need. I keep saying silicon, but it's silicone. So I'm grabbing that up. And next, as soon as this is almost processed, you know what? I can probably go ahead and remove this out. I think that's enough for right now. Nope, that is bad. Okay, we have that processing. I need to get, I guess I could split this up weird and put that in there. Will it not let me? It won't. Interesting. So I can just go ahead and throw the 3 stacks in there. Yeah, that should get everything processed. So yeah, I'm needing this. At least this is relatively quick at processing. So I'm going to need a bit of this enriched iron. Other than that, we are pretty much ready to go. Man, I tell you what, all the noises that I hear, I'm trying to mute most of them. Man, the dolphins, I used to love them, but they're so loud. They're so loud now. So this is why we need some of the basic iron ones. So I'm going to gather all the materials. We're going to need, of course, iron ones later on down the road, and gold. We're going to need all of these, but just to get the base machines, it's nothing too crazy. 3 of them. The gold, I think I have a fair bit of gold from sieving all of the stuff. Oh, I did want to mention this. You can actually use witch water and use compressed sand, and it gives you compressed soul sand. Do it that way. Don't do it the way that I was showing yesterday, where you just use sand. Use the compressed stuff. It's so much better, so much more worth it. Oh, it'll save you so much time. So that's pretty much all of the processors that we need. All we got to do now is cook these up. These should just smelt up in our normal furnaces. I don't think they work in the blast furnace, so that's something that we can't exactly do. So there we go. We have that. I can go and throw this in there. Perfect. It's not going to export out. That's okay. I was making stone, by the way, if you couldn't already tell. But, man, I don't know. I don't know if you can tell. I'm super floored. I'm super excited to be getting into refined storage because it makes all of the inventory stuff so much easier. And also the potential for automating the this stuff, the overworld matter, it's doable. Like with refined storage, I can totally like set something up with a crafter and we can just have it constantly running, or we can like say, hey, we need to have a certain amount of this in our inventory, you know, and keep things flowing. That's something that is going to make automation so much easier. Also, each of these machines require a machine casing, and that machine casing to make requires a machine frame from thermal. So we're used to making those, so I had all the materials set up for that. So that was pretty simple. But look at this. Boom. 3 machine casings, and we're looking pretty good, right? And by the way, this is all listed right here. So if you do need that guide, it is there. How did I miss this? I'm going to have to remake these anyways, so... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make the other processor. You know what? I always do this when it comes to quests. I always do this. I always skip ahead. And look at that. Now I got to remake these processors. All right, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a controller. There's a controller made. And then we need to make the grid. This is going to require a destruction core. This is why we actually needed the iron, honestly. Just to make the base grid. Everything's ready to go. We have our grid. We need glass. Did I miss? I guess I didn't throw any glass in my inventory. Oh boy. There we go. Grid. And then this right here is going to require just a regular crafting grid. Crafting table. And that's it. Like, this is how simple this is. I would not want anyone to think that getting into refined storage is hard, because it is so simple. Like, it is honestly one of the simplest things that you can do, and it will be one of the best time investments that you make. Refined storage. So we have all the stuff we need to get started, right? Except for a disk. We don't have a place to store anything. So we do need to get power over here. I'm thinking about running power cables directly through the center maybe and having this, or maybe I should just set it up in here temporarily. Yeah, we could probably set it up in here temporarily. And we'll just run with this sort of sticking up. We already have the floor set up. We just need to route a power cable to here. So, let's see. Do I have any power cables? I do. I have plenty. And I believe I'm still stuck as a turtle. I'm okay there as well. Can I do this without... Oh, I want to set it up so I don't think I'll be able to get up out of here if I do that. Oh, I got to go back under. So I kind of want the controller to be exposed. So I'm going to set the controller here. We're going to have the crafting grid right there. Make sure everything's nice and centered. And then we put a disk drive on top. Of course, these machines work by being able to touch each other. As you can see right now, it's using just a set like this and idle. It is using 4 RF per tick. Not very much. And with the basic stuff we're going to be setting up on it today, it's not going to be consuming a whole lot of power. This should be plenty to be able to power this stuff. So at this point, we need to be thinking about storage and how we are going to get these disk drives filled up. So it shows us here making a 1K storage part, then making a 4K storage part. I think we're going to go probably past the 4K storage part. We should have enough materials. I don't know where these other coins are coming from, but we should have enough materials to be able to jump a little bit further. I don't think we're going to have enough to make a 64K, but I'll try my best to see what we are going to have the ability to make. So refined storage, we take a look up here at the drives. You can see it's going to get progressively more difficult. The 1K, to make a 4K, you need 3 1Ks. To make a 16K, you need 3 4Ks, which is going to require 9 1K parts. So it keeps going up and up until you get to the 64. And as you can see, they start to require more items. This requires diamond. This is going to require a bunch of iron, because you need 3 of those, right, of the 4Ks. And then this is just going to require just some of your basic materials like redstone glass and stuff like that. You know what? We might be able to make a 64K, like right off the bat. So just to make these numbers a little easier on you, if you want to jump and just make a 64K, here's the numbers. It's going to require 63 glass. It's going to require 160 silicon. It's going to require 95 redstone, 43 quartz enriched iron, 36 iron, 12 gold, and 4 diamonds. So you can keep those numbers in your head, write them down. Of course, store them in your back pocket in your wallet. do whatever you want with those numbers. But I'm going to be getting those hopefully made real soon. So I think I have everything. If anything, I'm going to run out of glass, but here's the list. I've already made 27 of the 1K storage parts, right? We are going to need 9 4Ks. So 9 of these. Perfect. That's all we have. 16. We're going to need 3 of the 16Ks. So 3 of those. And that leads us to 164K drive. Man, right off the bat, you cannot beat this. Oh, this is going to be plenty of storage for pretty much everything we have at the moment. Oh yeah, this is going to be plenty of storage. We can just start tossing everything in now. And this is even enough storage that we can now probably start to get some automation stuff going with this here soon. So I think the best thing to do with our system here is to, yeah, move it into this room. I think maybe have it hanging. And what I'm going to do is, along with it hanging, by the way, notice the guys up there. Haven't slept in a while. But I'm going to be taking this, and we need to go ahead and get ourselves the wireless crafting grid set up. So I went ahead and got the items ready to go for that. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if I want to keep the main grid, though. That is something that, like, I just don't know if I want to have an actual crafting grid. I mean, it probably is, it's worth having it just as a backup. So, I mean, I guess I can go ahead and make this. But man, I still kind of want to eliminate that maybe eventually to prevent me from just constantly walking to it over and over again, which I know I'm going to do. You guys always get me on that. You're like, as soon as Chosen places down a regular crafting grid, he no longer uses the one that he has in his inventory. I know. I'm super bad about that. Okay, so here's our wireless crafting grid. Nice. Now, we don't have really a way to power it just yet. I do have the block in here. We're going to use Dyer's charger. That should work, right? I should probably test that, right? Building gadgets. The template manager. Where did I put the charger? That would be some useful information, wouldn't it? I think it's its own mod. Yeah, charging station. Okay. So we'll throw that over here. Will this charge? Oh yeah, charges up plenty fine. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and link this. We don't have a wireless transmitter set up yet, but we can go ahead and craft that. Wireless transmitter set up. And then we just completed that chapter, which is awesome. So we have the wireless transmitter, but it's not very useful without its range upgrades. So we are going to need 4 range upgrades. That is going to max this out. And if you have a mob farm, you should have enough ender pearls to be able to suffice for that. As you can see, I really haven't farmed much, but I can tell you that endermen just constantly spawn over there. So with that, I mean, technically it's set up, but like I said, I want to move this thing. Let me run and place that. There we go. Place it right on top. Put the upgrades in. Click here, and I can now access this from wherever I want. I can keep it in my inventory. And here's a little nice tip, by the way, if you didn't know this. You can go into your options, controls, and go to crafting grid, the wireless crafting grid, and just change this to like F. And then I'll go to the F key and I'll remove the swap items. I love it being on the F key. There's something about it being there that makes it just so much easier to get to. Like, I'll definitely be using that way more than anything, just having a key I can hit to open up crafting. So I think we definitely should start automating a few things, and so let's get 4 importers up and ready. Now, like I said, I don't have auto crafting set up just yet, so we have to manually craft everything. That's just how it's going to be for right now. We will, however, get some auto crafting set up sooner than later. I'm kind of excited. We're going to be getting real close to like, once we have things set up with refined storage, we can probably start setting up for like automated sieves and things, but we definitely got to get into mechanism first so we can get some power. All right, so let's plop this down. I guess we can go ahead and get rid of this container. Like, we don't need this anymore, or the cable hooked to it. Honestly, we don't need the storages hooked to them either, but I'm going to leave the storages just as a buffer. And then I'm going to route these pipes just like this, straight across. There we go. And they're just going to hook directly into this. Now, even this, I want to set this up as a cobblestone gen, but later on we're going to move this, and we're going to have the gravel one set back up, the one that makes smooth stone. So for right now, that's the one I'm missing, so I don't have that one just yet set up. However, I do want to get cobble pulled up from this. It's not going to be 100% symmetrical. Not yet, but eventually it will be. That is, by the way, it placing on the side like that, that is from cork. That is helping do that. But yeah, this right here should just start importing. It should just start pulling items out slowly but surely. And it should be plenty fast enough to keep up with the setups that we already have. These are not producing nowhere near fast enough to keep up with these pipes, from what I'm guessing. All right, so we have all of that set up. I think it's about time we probably get into a little bit of mechanism just so we can make more of these windmills. Honestly, these things are pretty cheap to make. Like they don't require much. So the more of them that we can make, especially with us being this high, the better off we're going to be. And like I said, I definitely want to route them on all of these top windows up here. So we have setups very similar to this all the way around. So for this, we're going to need osmium, and we just recently got osmium. That was from one of the crafts. I don't know if it shows in here the chunks that you get, but yeah, you do get the chunks, and this comes from, yeah, the diamond mesh. You do get osmium as a 30% chance. So we have plenty of it. And we need to make 2 of these at least from the start. 2 of these are going to be our best friend, and we need to get them hooked up to power. I'm probably going to remove this setup. I don't think we need the blast chiller, except for lava later on. And so it can probably go along with this. Yeah, by the way, this also places water directly like underneath it when there's nothing there. I've got to clear out some water now. So we just need to get some metallurgic infusers placed in here. They should have plenty of power. And we need 2 separate things set up for mechanism. We just basically need to be making these basic control circuits, which is redstone and osmium. And then we also need to be making, where are they at? The infused alloy, which is redstone and iron. Plenty of things to make, so I better get started with it. And as you can see, I'm already running low on iron. I've got some sieving I've got to do. So now that we have the infused alloy and we have some of these control circuits, that should be pretty simple, right? We should be able to make some windmills. The only thing we need are energy tablets. That's going to require some redstone. You know what? Redstone is the one thing I don't have any more of. I have no idea why, but redstone seems to be just disappearing. Even though I have sieved so much, I almost wonder if I will get more redstone if I use like a flint or an iron sieve instead of this diamond one. I felt like I got way more redstone while using one of those. So after sieving for a little bit, I now have enough to be able to make this thing. And as you can see, we now have another wind generator, and it's not super expensive. So if I was to make 4 more of these, let's see, what am I missing for this? The infused alloy. So yeah, if I have this in here, let's see, that right there is 1. This is 2, and that's 3 of the wind turbines or wind generators. Pretty much ready to go. Oh yeah, it would, yeah, if I had those in there. Perfect. And so now we have 4 more that we can actually hook into our power grid. Ah, so nice. And yeah, you can tell it's raining, so things are a little bit better. By the way, these guys, they're like creepers. Not a fan. So now that we're moving forward, we should probably make the electrolytic separator, and then also we should be able to get into the scuba tank. Can we afford a scuba tank? I think we can. I think we totally can afford a scuba tank now. It needs ceramic buckets. Oh boy. Do I have enough? Ooh, I totally have enough. Nice. And then just some seared bricks, which we definitely have. And then all we got to do is set this up so it can get water. This is going to be one of those machines that needs water. Is that a TNT person? Oh my gosh, it is just hiding there. That is horrifying. So to get the electrolytic separator set up, we just need to pump water into it. So I went ahead and set up an infinite water source here with the flopper again. Seem to be doing a lot of that. And that's going to be filling this up. Now, I believe we are after the oxygen, so I'm going to set this to dumping excess so this fills up. And we should have our pipes about ready to go. Oh, I never threw those in to get fired. So yeah, throw these in. And we should be able to make this, and all we got to do is place it inside here in this slot, and it should charge up. So let's go ahead and make this thing. Mechanism and a scuba. Okay, so it's only going to, by the way, it's only going to give us a limited amount of time similar to using a jetpack, but you can see this oxygen is being stored. And this gives us like a legitimate, I believe we put it in our chest, and we have this here. And so now you can see scuba tank off and oxygen. That means we need to go into this in controls, and we search in mechanism, and we just need to find the key for this. So there's the module. Let's see, item, legs, head, feet, chest. So the chest does not have a mode switch yet. I'm going to see if it'll accept 5. Does not. Controls. Sometimes it doesn't accept mouse inputs for some reason. So let's set this to like 3 on the numpad. Sometimes it also doesn't accept numpad. There we go. So you can see oxygen is now flowing, and it looks like it turns that on immediately. So if we're underwater, we can hit that to fill up our bubbles. And like if we pay attention to our bubbles, I guess we can save up on it. Otherwise, it's going to just constantly be flowing out. Which is interesting. Maybe it's a good idea to like keep it up. I don't know if there's a way of making that automatic. So I do want to go on a little bit of adventure. I want to take another trip and kind of go away from where we're currently at. However, if you look on the map right here, you can kind of see this is the only thing that's generally around us. I don't know if this is like predefined or whatever, but if we can find some more emerald, that'd be great. So that way we can upgrade to an emerald sieve. And that's going to allow us to go ahead and actually start, you know, some other stuff. Now, and also unlock more coins, which I'm still waiting for because I want to be able to unlock the top area before we start working on some other projects. But let's set a waypoint. We can say this is home. That way we don't get lost if I do travel a little bit too far. But I'm going to head off in this direction and go straight and see what we find. I have no idea what to expect off in the distance here. So I'm glad I ventured out because look at there. There's a slime island. So I am finding a few things. Like there's these little blips here. I don't know exactly what those are. Unless they're like maybe buried treasure. I have no idea what these little blips are here on the map, but they're located every few spaces. There's a ship over here. There's some more wreckage underwater. So there are things to definitely explore that are kind of spread out. I find it funny that is up there. Of course, I can't do anything with that area because I can't go up there yet, but eventually we'll be able to go up there. So I've sort of psyched myself up for this. I think I'm going to take some sea lanterns. Actually, yeah, sea lanterns. I know that they were kind of expensive to make. I'm going to take a few with me, and I'm going to see if we can't explore this area down here. I brought my scuba tank just in case. I have to watch out for these guys because I know that they can wreck my face. But I'm watching my sea turtles. We're going to head down here. I have a nice sword. Also, we're going to try and loot this if I can. Drowned is the only thing that I'm kind of scared of. And also see what that is. I mean, I don't want to get too close to that because we'll get mining fatigue. But what's down into here? Is it going to be regular loot? Oh, emeralds. Oh, yes. I think that's enough to actually make the entire block. What? Okay, so there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. And last but not least, this chest. And it does have an empty map on it. Not a treasure map, but it has an empty map. Interesting. Okay, and then what are these? These look like they're anchored to the ground. Very interesting. Ooh, there's chests in these as well. Something unnatural. Okay, he's after me. Oh, there's a spawner for the drowned. If I place that, does that prevent that spawner from working? Oh, I hope so. Look, we ended up getting warped fungus from that. Okay, I have a backpack, so I can throw things in the backpack. Oh, it'd be so nice if we can get like a nautilus shell or something from this. Or not a nautilus shell, like a an orb. Maybe that's what those are. Is there another spawner down here? I feel like there's a spawner. Yeah, right there. Oh, this is cool. I like these little bubbles. Like if we could reclaim them, they're kind of neat. That drops something special here. I'll take the loot. Look at all this loot that's down here. And scoots. Yes, please. All right, I need to keep an eye on my turtle shell. We're not really, these guys aren't like super like deadly or anything to me. Now, if one spawned with a trident, that's a different story. So I'm watching my turtles. So weird to say that. There's 2 of them here. 2 spawners, no chest. And I think that is all of them. Nope, I haven't been to this one. Okay. So this one has a spawner back here. Ooh, it's like a little ship inside here. That's cool. Oh, look at the gold. We got the nether like gold going on. And the other one? Just more like nether sort of stuff. Kind of cool. What are you holding? They look like they're holding special stuff. Coral from the aquatic mod. Interesting. Now this over here. Okay, I don't want to get too close to that. Like I said, it'll give me mining fatigue potentially. So these are just the cities, like the ruined cities that normally spawn. Oh, we got mining fatigue. I mean, if we still see a chest, I think we can open them. But like, we're really asking for it here, especially with that mining fatigue. There's a chest right there. Dude, these guys can swim. What? Let me get to that chest. Just a bunch of coal. Okay. All right, I think it's time for us to kind of make our way out of here. I think we've discovered enough. I think it's time for us to make our way back to our base. One thing I am noticing, these are actually made of basalt, so that could be useful later on if we need that. By the way, one of these books is Efficiency 5. Yes, please. And also the warp fungus. Kind of a nice drop there. We can actually grow that stuff now. And these leather boots have depth strider on them, which is kind of nice. But I'm super stoked about this. Okay, so we can now make a block of emerald. And then we need osmium. And we need so much of this. I think we need 8 blocks total in order to craft the next level strainer here. Yeah, we need 8 blocks of those and then the diamond mesh. And we're going to upgrade this bad boy. So I have a little bit more sieving to do. The osmium, of course, we might actually have enough osmium now that I think about it. Yeah, we have plenty. That should be plenty. I was like, oh yeah, I've been sieving this stuff. So there's our 8, and let's go ahead and grab our mesh. And if it's anything like last time, it's just going to take a tremendous amount of time to let this process. So it's this, and this. And yeah, it's just going to take a really long time. So man, this does take an awful long amount of time. But I do believe it's probably related to the power, like the amount of power the item needs. And voila! Emerald mesh. Nothing completed for that, which is kind of weird. Emerald mesh, a better mesh. Is there a prerequisite? Block of emerald, diamond mesh. But we've already done that. Oh, is it a broken quest? It might be a broken quest. Because we did complete the block of emerald. Because I had just made it in my inventory, right? Or did I make it over here? That might be a bit of an oversight. And after a little bit of cooking, we should have ourselves an emerald mesh. At least I think so. Did this not complete? Interesting. A better mesh. And the dependencies are a diamond mesh. Complete. And block of emerald. It wants you to complete 4 blocks of emerald before... What? Well, I guess I got it a different way. The funny thing is now that I have the emerald sieve, it should drop emeralds. So, we can just make those 4 blocks from the amount of emeralds that we're going to be getting from sieving this stuff. So literally after sieving about a stack of the compressed overworld matter, we have the emeralds we need. So that should have unlocked this section, right? Is there... You have to kill a husk. We have killed a husk. That's interesting. What's the prerequisite? Is it this? Map generator Leviathan. Oh, so that would be like using this to find that Leviathan. So just a map generator. So we just need to complete this quest. That way we can unlock these sections. What does this require? Just bone? Oh, let's go ahead and do that. And then we can go over there and just kill a husk. I would say this was simple, but Of course there had to be a cork, and well, it's how you make the compasses. And the compasses require the redstone, and we need to feed this with iron, and then auto cast out the iron onto the table, and that thus makes a compass. Yep. So the funny thing is all of these maps are things that we just explored, like this and the gardens that we just went to. We've literally just explored all of them. We're gonna have to re-kill these things. Hold up a minute. Did that thing just drop this thing right here? Forbidden fruit? Or was that something that this just auto gave me? There's no way. It just dropped that? Like, I don't think you guys realize what I just got. We don't need to eat. Grants immunity to hunger status effects? Nausea? What? Wait. Do we still have to eat? It just, if our health gets really low, it doesn't affect us? Like, either way, that's still pretty cool. So guys, today's episode has been quite interesting, but I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that's going to go to Jack Stratton. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Patreon. Definitely helping this content and helping me produce the videos that I want to make for you guys. So if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that linked down in the description below. Guys, also, while you're down there, be sure to join the Discord. You don't even have to be a Patreon to join the Discord. We have an awesome community, partnered community over there, where I believe last time I checked, we were over 12,000 members strong. So definitely be sure to check that out. Guys, I hope to see you in the next episode. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.